Hi, and welcome back to my channel. If you're oldie but goodie, thank you for returning. If you are new here, please like, share, and subscribe. If you're oldie but goodie as well, please remember to like and share. Now, on this channel, we talk about everything nursing, medicine, books, especially books. You know, books are my passion. Please start reading. It's a new year. Start reading. It's so important that we read. I find that when I read, it de-stresses me and it makes me feel wonderful. So I read on the train to work, I read on the bus, I read on my way to the supermarket. I don't have a car, obviously. If I was driving, I wouldn't be reading. I read on an airplane, I read on holiday, I read. Oh, somebody asked me, what's this thing? It's my mic. It's my mic. Yeah. So, you know, when you watch some podcasts, they've got the mic here because it just looks cute for them to be talking in the mic. Yeah, for me, it's just hair and this little bubble catches the sound. So that's what that's about. So anyway, today we are talking about a book. Now, anybody who knows me know that I love a Scandinavian author. And I like Scandinavian authors because they just tell you like it is. They don't hide behind words. They just give you the gruesome details. Anyway, always struggle with pronouncing their names. Always struggle with pronouncing the names of the cities and all of that. So if you are Swedish, because this is a Swedish author, please forgive me, I beg you, for butchering any names. So this book is by Håkan Nesser, and so my books will always look like this because I take them everywhere. I travel with them every day. So this book is called The Darkest Day. I bought it in Waterstones. I bought it quite some time ago, maybe 2 years ago or so. The thing you'll find with me is I will buy books and I will put them down and I won't read them, and then it will just take my fancy. Voila, I pick that book up and I start reading it. This was one of those books, and I think I've read it 2 or 3 times, so I hope I haven't reviewed it already. But if I have, hey, who cares? Yeah. Okay. Where do I start? Let's start off with how many stars. So I'm gonna give this 8 stars. It's not getting 10 because some bits of it I guessed. You know, it's a psychological thriller, which is what I love to read, and some bits of it I guessed it, and so for that reason, you know, maybe I should become an author. So let's read the back of the book without further ado. Could it actually be pure coincidence for 2 people to disappear from the same family at the same address in the space of 24 hours? And for the one to have absolutely nothing to do with the other. So 2 people have disappeared from the same family, but it's not related. It's December in the quiet Swedish town of Kimlinge, and the Hermanson family have gathered for a big birthday celebration, but neither the guise of happy festivities, tensions are running high, and it's not long before the night takes a dark and unexpected turn. Before the weekend is over, 2 members of the Hermanson family are missing. Da-da-da-dun, da-da-da-dun, da-da-da-dun. And it's up to Inspector Barbarotti. I think this is an Italian name, Barbarotti, a detective who spends as much of his time debating the existence of God as he does solving cases, to determine exactly what happened on the darkest day and unravel a web of sinister family secrets in the process. I tell you, this book lives up to all my expectations. I was swept away. I couldn't put it down. It's one of those books that you're at work on your little computer and you're like, oh, can't wait to go home because I can read my book on the train, all of that sort of stuff. So that was the sort of book. One thing I must say is the author, I don't know, Scandinavian authors, they have a way of being sinister. I don't know. They can write a sinister novel or a sinister person in a novel that is not Hollywood, if that makes sense. So like I find that most, maybe it's in translation, I'm not sure. I find that most English speakers, they will write, if they're writing a sinister character, then it reminds you of Hollywood. But with the Scandinavians, it actually does not remind you of Hollywood. So this book, Carl Eric, he's the father, and him and his daughter Ebba, they've got the same birthday. So he's going to be 65 and she's going to be 40. So that's why the family are gathering together. So picture it, I've never been to Sweden, just saying. In the dead of winter, in a small Swedish village, lots and lots and lots of snow is falling, and all the family are coming from different parts of the country, gathering together for this birthday. But guess what? Carl's wife hates him. I never understood, and it happens a lot. Women will stay in a marriage that they hate their husband for many, many years. Many, many years, and they will hate their husbands and stay. Come on, this will lead to murder. Don't. And in this woman's head, Carl's wife, all she can think about is killing her husband. That's all she thought about. Killing her husband, because he wants to move to Spain for retirement and she just didn't want to move to Spain. But because she's a docile kitty cat, she is allowing this man to railroad her and allowing this man to tell her what to do. So in her head, all she can think about is killing her husband. Oh my God, I'm sure there's lots of women like that. If you're one of those women, that's all you can think about is murdering your husband. Or maybe it's not that bad. All you can think about is, I just don't like this man. I beg you. What my friend will say, I beg you, my sister. I beg you. Leave the man alone. File for divorce and leave. Because that's no sort of life, actually. No sort of life. Nobody wants to live that life. So anyway, so that's what the book is about. So the family is gathered, one family member goes missing, and then another family member goes missing. But what I like about this book is right from the jump, from the start, the tension is there from the start. It's like you're watching Alfred Hitchcock movie. Somebody, you're just reading this and thinking, oh my God, what's next? And it's a page turner. So they've got a son, and his name's Robert, and he's famous, or should we say infamous, for masturbating on reality TV. And so, he's got a bad rep, and nobody likes him at the moment. The whole country's against him, and he's feeling sorry for himself and all of that. The other family members would be Ebba, which is her 40th birthday. She's a doctor and she's got daughters. So her daughters come into it, her husband comes into it. She's got sons. So Ebba is a daughter, but she's got two sons, and her sons and her husband comes into play as well. The husband hates her because the husband, or does she hate, maybe both hate each other as well. You know what? This is probably a normal family thing where they just dislike each other. I could never be that person. If I'm living with a man and I don't like him, either I'm going or he's going, but somebody's going. We're not staying together. So she's got this husband that she doesn't like. She thinks, she thinks he's beneath her, and she thinks he's beneath her. so he's right. And the boys, let's not do too many spoilers, but one boy's in uni and one is in high school, and they had their problems as well. And then the inspector come in with Inspector Gunner. Inspector Gunner, he's got his problems. He's divorced. He's got a daughter. His ex-wife hates him. You can't make this stuff up. But it's filled with like humor, but dark humor. You know, you have to have a certain mind frame to get the humor. It's quite sharp-witted, fast-paced. It's confrontational. He's confrontational. He's the sort of person like Columbo, you know, like very, very confrontational, but in a subtle sort of way, you know, trying to get into their minds, but not making them realize that he's getting into their minds, you know. But really, really, I like the way the author is written. Gunner, who is the police officer, the Inspector Gunner, because I think the author really gave it thought. But I tell you something, the Scandinavians, when it comes to psychological thrillers, nobody beats them with psychological thrillers. So to wrap this up, I would say this is a really dark, humorous in some areas, good. It's a good book. It's a really good crime novel, and I do recommend it. And I think if you haven't read any crime novel, I think this is a really good one to start. This is a good one to start only because it is so fast paced, it's so interesting, and it's an absolute page turner. So once again, The Darkest Day, absolute page turner. The Daily Mail, or the Mail on Sunday, says one of Sweden's best crime writers, and I can see why. The Metro says the godfather of Swedish crime. You know, sometimes these reviews, they just take little snippets and the rest is saying something horrible, but you know, is what it is. Promotion is king. So yeah, so I do recommend this book. As I say, 8 out of 10. And yeah, pick it up. I'm sure it's in Waterstones, and I'm sure it's in Amazon. But do support your local bookshop. So go to your local bookshop first, and if they don't have it, you can ask them to get it in for you. And if they can't do that, then you can go to Amazon. Yeah, so that's it for this book. I enjoyed it. So thank you for watching, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and leave a comment in the comment section. If you've read the book, leave a comment. If you haven't read the book, leave a comment about my review. So thumbs up the video as well. Thank you very much. Have a good day.